Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Calculators. Today, now that we've gone through all of the detailed tutorials on kind of how this works, I want to give you some examples. So I have went through all of the steps that I mentioned in the detailed tutorial. I have downloaded a copy of the sheet, file, make a copy from the one, and I have named this one, get off of there, new example coins, because I'm going to give you some new example coins. If it's in your drive, it would be in there alongside anything else you would have in your drive. So I'm going to close my drive, go to Binance, and from Binance you're going to do the same steps. You're going to favorite whatever you own, anything that you own, but go through and get everything favorited just as it mentions. So to go back, I want to right click on Binance here and I'm going to duplicate it. That way I've got a copy of the Binance sheet. So we'll have one that you work out of and then the copy of it. And I happen to have some new numbers that I would just like to paste in here. I made these up completely right before starting this video so we could have something to go off of. So we're going to go through and we're going to update this order here. So ADA, Binance Bucks, Bitcoin. I'm going to right click and insert one above. I'm actually going to get rid of these colors. The colors are just for you. You can go up and you can set all of them to one particular color or spread them out or anything. I'm going to reset them so that it's kind of cleaned up. It's got a better look for what we're trying to do here. But if I insert one above, it's going to bring up, this black bar, and we didn't want that. And that's specifically why I picked one of these coins to be above Binance Bucks here. So you can see if you hold an A coin, what that is going to entail. We have Binance Bucks, Bitcoin, Engine, Ethereum, Binance Bucks, Bitcoin, delete these two, Engine, Ethereum. Let's see if we can actually scoot this up a little bit. For the purposes of today, this is not needed. We're going to say that we had initially put in $3,000 worth of money here, I guess. Maybe $2,000. I don't know. You're going to type that in all on your own and figure out what that means to you. So now that we've got these numbers up a little bit closer, I might be able to fit it on one whole screen. We have up here ADA over Bitcoin, Binance Bucks over Bitcoin, Bitcoin over Tether, Engine over Bitcoin, Ethereum over Bitcoin, Connix over Bitcoin, Litecoin. Okay, Omi's Go is over Ethereum. So we bought this with Ethereum instead of Bitcoin for this purpose. Steam is over Binance Bucks, actually. We bought our Steam with Binance Bucks. And Walton Coin over Bitcoin. To make things easier here, I'm going to just copy this. You can handwrite them in yourself, or maybe we can we can handwrite them in. Either I can paste this in here like this, or we can come through here and we can handwrite everything that we got. So it works either way. 25, 2.5. I'm just going to, for purposes of this, paste it in here. We're going to paste those values in there. And that way it kept the color of the column. Same thing with buy-in price here. I'm going to copy it. Control C on the keyboard works too. Come over here and we're going to paste those values in there. I want this to be actually that color, because I'm going to show you how to do that real quick here. So I'm going to paste those values in there. So the reason why, once again, why I have black columns in here is because for my purposes, I have traded in and out of Bitcoin so many times at so many different prices and rates and that sort of thing that I can no longer calculate a true weighted average for my buy-in price. And so it's just kind of a mess. So If you'd like to leave this over here, you can still see how much portfolio you own of it, of the amount based on these calculations. But if you don't want to calculate a weighted average, you're not going to find a change, and you're not going to find the gain that you had. So with that rant kind of over, I want to go through here now and fix these particular columns. I'm going to undo that I did there. So I'm just going to take these formulas, because they're all a formula, and I'm going to just drag them up or down like that. This is the same thing. So if I drag them down or if I drag them up, it's going to fill them in. And I'm missing a whole line here because I've got Steam for Binance bucks in here, right? So drag that down. I'm going to just drag that up. That way everything follows the columns here. So obviously we've got some problems going on with our formulas and everything like that. And we're going to try to update this now. So it doesn't matter which order you update it, whether you update your favorites first, maybe you already have that done and now you're carrying them over here, or you come over here, but you're going to go through, and if you own it, you're going to click the favorites button on it. And then you're going to click on the favorites column and come over here. We don't have Anitronics, and I've already done this for you. So following the same steps, we're going to copy this, and we are going to go up to Funds, Balances, open that in a new tab, and that's going to refresh. If I were to click on this, because this is all an example, you would see what I own and how much it's worth, and it gives you the snapshot up in the top right corner of how many Bitcoin and how many dollars worth you actually have. And you're going to want to use that as a comparison to this over here. Now the sheet's a little cleaner, almost all on one page here. So you're going to click this box right here. We're going to paste values only because I copied them from Binance. We're going to paste them in here. And assuming that we've got everything all lined up here, it's going to match this over here, and it's going to carry these values across. This here and this here need to be pulled down as well. So we can see that I have, it says I have $63,000 worth of Steam right now. And it's taking up 94% of my portfolio, which doesn't sound right. You know, I don't remember fake buying 94% worth of my portfolio in Steam because it just came out a little while ago. And so I don't think I probably would have thrown that much money at it. And this, you know, kind of seems off. I haven't made, in the past couple days, you know, 3,200% on my investment. So we need to figure out where my math problem is. And I know exactly where it's at. We actually are going to have two. It's in all of these calculated across are used with Bitcoin. So this is the Bitcoin price. This is Bitcoin. It's all out of Bitcoin, but Ethereum and Binance bucks are going to be incorrect here. So you can go see if I bought something with Binance bucks here, and I explained it before, I need to multiply it by the value of Binance bucks over Bitcoin. So I now have, if you're typing it out, it would be XLM over Binance bucks times Binance bucks over Bitcoin. The Binance bucks cancels, and you're left with XLM over Bitcoin. So I need to multiply it by that value there as well. And that's the only difference between these numbers in my examples, is just multiplying it by Ethereum over Bitcoin or Binance bucks over Bitcoin to get the proper conversion. So we'll go back to your sheet now. In this column here, I want to do times current value of Binance bucks right here. And I believe it is in this column here. I want to do the same thing. Current value of Binance bucks. Now that's a little better. So we've got Steam to Bitcoin now, instead of Steem to Binance bucks and then a bad conversion to the current amount of Bitcoin. So we're going to do the same thing here with Ethereum as well. I want to do times the Ethereum to Bitcoin rate right there. And then out here, we are going to do the same thing. Write it out on paper if you don't quite understand where and why I'm doing this, and it will make a little more sense. So I can't tell you what the initial investment was here because I invented it. I knew it was somewhere around, it's probably somewhere around that or that. Once you type your own numbers in and you know what your own investment is, go for it then. Just make sure that your math is correct. If you don't have any experiment coins, that's not going to do you any good. Don't worry about that. If you are way on the positive side with your investment, this is going to be a small Bitcoin number, because in order for you to break even now, Bitcoin is going to have to go back down to $1,000 or $500 if you bought a couple years back. So that might, this is only going to be really handy for you if you're in the negative, just to kind of see where 8,200.82, where you would break even for your investment. So I'm going to go back. And that's kind of how you would update something like this. So, you know, from 15, 20 days ago, 2-3 weeks ago, these were my fake buy-in numbers that I got. So that's kind of how to get everything updated. I appreciate you guys watching this. Anything else you need, let me know. And thanks for watching.